All right, let's get busy. Daily chart, S&P 500, pretty big update. I think what we're going to see here most likely is one of these deals. Big up, or, kind of a bounce here and then bombs away. Up, bombs away. Probably. Yes, elections could impact and probably will impact the market. So we'll keep an eye on that. And yeah, this is at the bottom trying to make a bounce. I don't think this bounce is going to survive. I think you see this little notchy notch right here. See that right there? I tried to do a little bounce. See this little bounce? It failed. Bounce, fail. So at the moment, this looks like this is going to fail to me. But we'll let the market do what it does. That's my take on that. Let's go check out the trade of the day, or trades, if there might have been more than one. Let's go look. Get the Giddus Plus indicator. What is happening here with this? Wow. I mean, not too hard to figure out where that is. I mean, they're all bunched together here. Look at this. Yeah. That's on the 5-minute chart. Any one of these. There's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. They're all good. Not a one of those is bad. Look at this. Doesn't even come down, touch the bottom, takes off. I mean, right there, that is your signal. You get the Giddus Plus indicator that happens. This doesn't touch the bottom right here, and it just takes off. That's all you need to know. Boom, you're in the trade. I talk about this all the time. So that's definitely probably the best trade of the day. Yep. That's it right there. That's the one. Take any one of these three indicators. Doesn't matter which one. Any one of these three indications on the Giddus Plus indicator, they're all good. All three of these are no problem. You can go along in any of these. But the best one is probably this one right here in the middle. Because soon after, we can see it didn't touch this line down here. See how it didn't touch the line? It didn't do this. It didn't do this. Okay, it did something like that, right? Something like that. See how it doesn't touch the bottom? When it curls up like that and doesn't touch the bottom, oh, babe, just go in that direction. Go in the same direction this is going in. Ba-bam. Ooch. I'm going to call it from about 5760 at least to 5800. 40 points. About Boomski, $2,000. That's your trade of the day. All right, let's move on to the other products. So today's election day here, national elections, presidential election, and senators and Congress, and a bunch of other elections going on. National elections here today in the United States of America. Obviously, I would prefer Donald Trump to be in the White House than Kamala T. What is my take on all this? I think you're going to see Georgia take 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even a week, who knows, to count their ballots. I think Pennsylvania's going to do the same thing, 2, 3, 4 days, whatever. They're going to take multiple days to count their ballots. And I think you're going to see it happen probably in Maricopa County, Arizona as well. Excuse me, I talked about this before. Texas, for the most part, which is where I live, usually, but not always, usually they have all their ballots counted in less than 2 days, like a day and a half. There might be one or two little places where they're lingering, but pretty much by a day and a half, day and 3/4, Texas pretty much knows the results of their elections, right? It's always like that. And of course, places like Atlanta, Georgia, which is Fulton County, and certain districts and counties up in Pennsylvania, okay? And same thing with Maricopa County over there in Arizona, and probably some places in Michigan, Wisconsin. What is it about these swingish state places that they can't seem to just make a phone call to Texas and say, hey, how do you guys do that? How do you get it done in a day and a half? Because guess what? Houston's as big as any other city in the United States. It's bigger than Atlanta. So they can't claim their population's better or bigger. You got Dallas, you got San Antonio. These are huge cities. Yet Texas is able to count all their ballots, like I said, usually a day and a half. Less than 2 days. See, a fair-minded people would powwow at Texas or other states to get their stuff done quickly and say, how you doing it? And then they would be happy to share how they're doing it. But no. That would make sense. See, that's common sense. That's a truthful, rational way to make things better. But here we are 4 years later after 2020 and the whole COVID mess, and drop boxes are still proliferated all across the land. Nothing's changed. There's no reason to have drop boxes. There's no more COVID. Yep, they're still there. What do you know? Goal accomplished, right? Put the drop boxes in, don't take them out. So places where they take multiple days to count ballots, there's only one reason why you do that. Everybody knows what the reason is. It's not a secret. Cheating is hard work. It takes time to cheat. You need time, wiggle room to put some more ballots to the machine that weren't legitimate. You need time to change the data, right? There isn't just press one key and fix it. They got to go analyze the data. They got to see how many ballots they're going to need to just barely overcome the results, right? So they can't really pre-plan it 100%. They have to first see what's coming in. What are the percentages? Is Trump up by 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%? Is he down compared to Kamala T? What's going on? They first have to get the ballots in on the rightful, legal, lawful ballots, and then they make their adjustments. That's why you need multiple days to do it, because cheating's hard work. Stuffing illegal ballots in the machine, you pull them out underneath the table like the two black ladies did there in Fulton County. That takes hard work. You got to send everybody home. You need a water leak or an emergency of some kind. Or the police being told to absolutely block any poll watchers, especially if they're conservative minded. Yeah. You need time. Cheating's hard work, right? Lying and cheating, you need time to disguise it and hide it and all this other stuff. Because there's absolutely no excuse for places like Georgia and Pennsylvania and Maricopa County, Arizona and Michigan to drag it on for multiple days. Because they have examples of other states with big cities, just like their cities. They get it done quickly. And yet they can't seem to ever consult them and ask them how they're doing it. Nope, can't do that. Because they don't want to do that. They want to have the latitude to change the results. Any place that drags out counting of voting does it for one purpose and one purpose only. Yeah. So I'm saying all this and kind of getting long-winded about all this because I honestly believe Donald Trump's chances to get back in the White House are pretty low. I think he can easily win this election, but that doesn't mean he'll get into the White House. Now, I'll be happy if I'm pleasantly surprised and he gets in there. That's great. But I think, to be honest with you, since I don't think anything changed since 2020, nobody went to jail and all that kind of stuff, I think they perfected cheating. They had 4 years to perfect this thing. 2020 was bad enough, but they just took 4 years, didn't suffer any consequences, and they planned this crap out. They got it down. They got it down, and they got it down good. Right? I can almost guarantee the left improved dramatically on their cheating techniques because they had 4 years to do it. So that's my take on the elections. I think that's going to be massive cheating. I think they're going to reduce Donald Trump's ballot count, just like they did in 2020, and they're going to increase Kamala's ballot count. Dominion will do their part. I don't care what anybody says about Dominion. I know they're scumbags, and I don't really care about their stupid lawsuits. Who gives a crap? They'll change the data if they want to. And they will, because they want to. They're paid to do it. In addition to all the drop boxes that are probably being brutally violated over the last few days. Yeah. Let's go take a look at the rest of the products. I think Trump's going to need like a 15% or greater victory to overcome all the cheating. If he can do that, then maybe he gets back into the White House. But if it's close, he's done. He's not going to make it back into the White House. Okay, let's take a look at the U.S. dollar, and then I'll look at the Dow Jones Transportation. U.S. dollar pulling back here, kind of giving it up. Let's see what the dollar daily I got here. Well, coming right down in the middle of this cycle. Makes sense to me. Today's July 5th. July 8th is the middle of the cycle. Very common to see a product decline in the middle of the cycle. U.S. dollar going down. That means the other indices are, currencies are going up. Let's look at them. Let's look at the 6E, which is the euro. What's the euro doing? Euro's going up. Found a bottom, trying to go up here. Looks like it's got a little bit more way to go, and we'll see if it's got sustaining power. This looks like this has got a lot of work to do. So it did find a bottom, and it's coming up like that. Looks pretty good, but would I go long? No, not with this negative. I wouldn't. There's better trades than that one. 6B, British pound. What is happening? Just totally struggling here. Struggling down in the box. It's trying to go up. Doesn't look good. Looks kind of ugly. Let's take a look at the Japanese yen. Also trying to find a bottom. Also not very pretty. Oh gosh. Gets up here. I think it fails. I think the Japanese yen is going to fail. Okay, let's go back to Dow Jones Transportation. Big update, right along with the indices. Big update. So, not too far from all-time, well, I shouldn't say all-time highs, but at least the recent high. In the Dow Jones Transportation is in positive territory. Look at that. Positive territory on the daily. So, looks pretty strong to me, actually. Russell 2000. Not very strong right there. This is pretty ugly looking as far as the SMI. It is still positive territory here by a little bit. So, we'll see. Does it survive this? It's doing that. But it may survive it. For the moment, the Russell 2000 is still bullish. NASDAQ, probably up today. Oh, but see, the NASDAQ is much weaker. Wow. Maddie Mad Dak. Doesn't look good. Looks like it's going to fail to me. This one is not strong. I think the NASDAQ's in trouble. Let's see. November 13th. About 8 days away. Not good. Though I will say this much. There has not been a big pullback in the indices yet. Just hasn't happened. And this is all the way down here on the SPX. Get the SPX. Yeah, it had a little gap down here. Okay, we'll see what it does. Is it going to do one of these? Gappy down, bammo. Could be something like that. But so far, there's no evidence of a big pullback just yet, but it just looks pretty ominous to me. It looks like it's going to do it. If that goes negative, watch out. We're going to see a big pullback. Let's look at gold. What's happening with gold? Old Goldilocks. Wow. I mean, look at this. If it gets to the bottom here, and this price just kind of hanging around here, oh my gosh, that's so bullish. Okay. This is so bullish. Gold still looks very bullish to me. It's like it hasn't reached the bottom. It may lose a little more price here, but it's, if it does just one of these, forget about it. It's going to go higher. If Kamala gets into the White House, expect the precious metals to go nuts. I think they're going to go to all-time new highs. Silver, a little bit more damage than gold, but trying to find a bottom here, looks like. Okay, kind of past its cycle low, which looks pretty good here, actually, cycle low. Has not found the bottom yet. I think there's a little more decline in this before silver bounces or decides to go down more. Crude oil. What has happened to crude oil? This could go positive. That's an interesting development right there where it didn't bottom out. This could go positive. That's possible. But it might get up to 74 and fail. That was my initial thoughts. It's going to do one of those. That's probably still the most likely scenario. All right, let's look at the Japanese market. I didn't look at that. Like 225. Looks like it's hanging on pretty good here, actually. This looks like it wants to go down. Momentum's just kind of hanging around a little above zero. And wow, this still looks amazing. It hasn't pulled back a lot, just a little bit in the last 2 or 3 weeks, but not a big pullback. The market is much stronger than probably most people thought it was going to be at this point. Let's look at corn. What has happened with corny corn? Yeah, well, okay. I think corn is probably still along here. Corn is still along for a small position. So I'm going to say there. Just for a little while. Okay, let's look at XLP. Let's finish this up. Trying to find a bottom. Pretty decent sized day. Wow, a lot of damage done to this. I'm not sure it's going to be able to make a really significant rebound, but nice big green day is a decent start. A lot of down. Second or third week of November. We'll see what happens then. That is it. Become a member. $7.99. You get the streaming charts for the S&P 500. You get them for gold, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, plus the cycles on there. You get a nightly email Monday through Thursday with 5 different charts in the email. On the Discord server, you get access to specific channels that are member-only channels, and you get alerts for S&P 500 and gold. So if you want to track those products, you can just go on the Discord server, right-click on those channels, turn notifications on, and your Discord app will ding, ding, ding you when there's a trade. That is it. I like to say happy election day, but I think it's going to be more like election week. As a conservative Christian man, I don't have a lot of confidence in this election. I'm sorry. I wish I could say I do. I just don't. If Trump wins, that's awesome, at least from my perspective. I think he's going to be hard-pressed to get back into the White House. I just don't think that the Marxist left, the George and Alex Soros crowd, I just don't think they're going to let go of their power so easily. That's my take. I hope I'm wrong. Talk to you all real soon again next time.